There's a lot of people who want to get into America. They wish to do so illegally. It is always the case. The Trump presidency and part of his success in 2016 was about ruling a line under it, build a wall, all the rest of it. Well, of course, different administration, different language, and they've got a problem, including remember the kids in cages stuff that everyone was going nuts about? Well, of course, now there are, what's the metaphor they're using? A surplus of kids that are currently trying to get into the country, either on the behalf of their families or with their families. And guess where they're being held? In cages right now. But apparently it doesn't matter because it's Joe Biden. That said, his press secretary tries all day, every day to pretend, not a crisis, not a crisis. But anyone with a pair of eyes can say, if you've got thousands of people trying to cross your border all at once, welcome to a crisis, Mr. President.
Yeah, it's gone up to 100,000 in February, people, and that change of tone from Joe Biden compared to Donald Trump is seen as one of the contributing factors, but they are trying to brand this as more of a logistics problem. They are still turning around adults crossing over the border. It's all those younger minors that are being accepted despite the COVID-19 orders, and so that's what's really going to put the political pressure on. They're saying that right now that the bulk of those minors aren't being held beyond the 72-hour limit in those the transition facilities, which are more like those prisons. You're right, the ones where under the Trump administration it was described as cages. But what they're also facing is limited capacity in those the border security facilities, and that's where it's supposed to be more of like a rehoming type facility where they're supposed to be able to access education, things like that. Those are still operating at around 40%. They're having to up that, despite the COVID-19 pandemic really not abating. So this is going to be shaping up to be the first genuine crisis that Joe Biden has to face beyond management of the pandemic.
20 to 7 in the morning, freezing outside, but she gets up and is always a wonderful highlight of our program on a Monday night. Annelise, we'll talk to you again next week, mate.
Thank you.